Kayo po ba ay nawalan ng trabaho? So, isi-share ko po sa inyo itong inatinan ko na SSS seminar noong June 2020 na ang title ay SSS Online Seminar Regarding Unemployment Benefit. So, baka makatulong po to sa inyo. Sa video na to, malalaman nyo kung ano yung qualifications, paano maka-avail ng unemployment benefit mula sa SSS, ano yung mga requirements, at kung meron kayong karagdagang katanungan, maaari lang pong makipag-ugnay sa SSS. May link po akong nilagay sa description sa baba. Itong seminar po ay noong June 2020. Kung sakali pong mapanood nyo ito ng sobrang tagal na mula sa nasabing buwan at taon, makipag-ugnay na lang po sa SSS or DOLE para sa mga requirements kung meron man update o karagdagan mula sa nabanggit sa video. Thank you guys. I hope ma-enjoy nyo to at makatulong sa inyo.
Request or remind lang din namin sa inyo na first hand, download nyo na po yung Microsoft Team app kasi yun yung ginagamit natin with our webinar. Okay, with regards naman to the evaluation form kasi some are experienced and hindi nila na-click or na-copy yung evaluation link. Try nyo din po using your mobile phone to copy it and then paste it on your mobile browser. Kung hindi po gumana, then you will have to use a laptop or desktop para po makapag-access ng evaluation link, evaluation form, and then have it submitted and then get a copy of the presentation. Okay, so yeah, I hope everyone's ready. Welcome again to our online seminar. Topic this afternoon is about the unemployment benefit. And dito po masasagot na yung mga most common questions natin like, what if I've been employed for a couple of years now and then I plan to resign or magre-resign pa lang, will I be qualified for unemployment benefit? Or how about us who are paying voluntarily or self-employed members na tuloy-tuloy naman yung contribution namin with SSS? Will we be eligible to avail of the unemployment benefit? Those are some questions that will be answered with this session natin sa hapon. Okay? So ito po ang outline of presentation natin. We have under policies and guidelines, we have the definition of the unemployment benefit, we have the eligibility requirements, as well as the amount of benefit, prescriptive period of filing, gaano katagal nyo pwedeng i-file or i-claim unemployment benefit ninyo. We have also the limitations, the payment, where to file, and then the effectivity. We also have prepared yung filing of unemployment benefit in the COVID-19 situation. Kasi as siguro, iba sa inyo aware or nakapag-file na unemployment application for an unemployment benefit can be facilitated na through online application or yung sa My.SSS member account. Then, meron din yung pro forma certification from DOLE or Department of Labor and Employment. And ito na nga, yung online application. Okay, so ayan, simulan na natin by definition. Ano nga po ba itong unemployment benefit? It is a cash benefit granted to covered employees, including kasambahays and OFW or overseas Filipino workers who are involuntarily separated from employment. So dito, kagaya nung natanong natin kanina, paano kung mga voluntary members, voluntary contributors, individual members like self-employed, non-working spouse, ano pa, voluntary members nga, will they be eligible or qualified for unemployment benefit? Unfortunately, no. Ang unemployment benefit natin, ang binabayaran or maaaring makapag-avail are those employed, kasama din po yung mga kasambahay, and OFW who are involuntarily separated from employment. So pag sinabi natin involuntarily separated, first off, maaaring hindi nyo gustuhan kung bakit kayo nawalan ng trabaho or talagang hindi niyo fault kung bakit nawalan kayo ng trabaho. And dapat talagang nawalan ng trabaho. Paano naman kami na work employee pa din naman yung status, but no work, no pay kami. Will we be eligible or qualified for unemployment benefit? So kung hindi naman po kayo separated, like involuntarily separated from employment, yung status niyo still employed, unfortunately, you will not be able still to avail of this unemployment benefit. Kasi dapat yung nawalan ng trabaho, involuntarily separated from employment. Okay? So again, kasama po dito yung mga kasambahay ha. So, may mga na-reported cases tayo, yung mga kasambahay, imbes na hulugan as household employees, pinagbabayad sila ng voluntary contribution. So pag nakita ng system natin na voluntary paying contributors sila, kahit kasambahay sila, unfortunately, kawawa din sila kasi hindi siya mag-qualify for unemployment benefit. So dito rin pinapakita na dapat proper yung pag-report natin ng mga employees natin. Okay, no walang bargaining agreement na mangyayari kasi pag ikaw isang covered employee dapat mandated by law or it is mandatory to be reported and then as employer i-report niyo yung mga employees niyo. Okay, again, dapat involuntarily separated from employment. Totally nawalan ng trabaho para makapag-qualify for unemployment benefit. Ano pa yung mga eligibility requirements? Again, to qualify for the grant of unemployment benefit, the employee, including kasama and OFW, should not be over 60 years of age at the time of involuntary separation, except for mine workers, underground surface mine workers, not over 50 years old yung sa kanila, and for racers jockey, not over 55. Bakit naman merong age limit? If you're familiar with benefits ni SSS na pinoprovide, usually when you reach 60 years old and you have already accumulated at least 120 months of contributions and you've been separated from employment na din, we would advise you to file for retirement benefit. And retirement benefit is a lifetime cash benefit na. So it will be better. And sa SSS kasi wala naman din po tayong double compensation. Yung dalawang benefits na pinagsasabay. So mangyayari, it will be best advice for you to avail ng retirement benefit kasi a lifetime cash benefit na yan. And then if you're eligible for pension, monthly tatanggap na kayo ng pension. Okay? So for underground mine worker not over 50 years old, ito yung optional retirement naman nila and then technical retirement for racers jockey. Bakit mas mababa yung age nila? Well, it's supported by Republic Act individual respectively due to sa nature of work nila kaya mas mababa yung kanilang retirement age din. Okay, so ito yung dun sa age limit natin ha. So generally ito mag-apply sa atin, should not be over 60 years of age at the time of involuntary separation. Then, contribution, ilan ba dapat yung contribution ko para makapag-avail? Has paid at least 36 monthly contributions, 12 months of which should be in the 18-month period immediately preceding the month of involuntary separation. So, a total of at least 36 months, okay? Yung total not necessarily consecutive, but dapat merong updated na 12 months within a year and a half bago yung month ng application. So for example, if you've been separated from employment this month of June 2020, so count lang tayo starting May of this year backwards, count tayo ng 18 months. Okay? And then within that 18 months, dapat meron kayong 12 months na contributions. Again, not necessarily consecutive, basta within that 18 months, meron at least 12 months na contributions and a total na of at least 36 months yung contribution-wise then, pwede na kayo mag-file or maging eligible kayo for unemployment benefit. Then another eligibility, also a limitation na din, has no settled unemployment benefit within the last 3 years prior to the date of involuntary separation. Kasi ito, as part of eligibility limitation, you can only avail of this unemployment benefit once every 3 years. Okay, so, for example, may na-aprubahan ka ngayon ng unemployment benefit this month and year, June 2020. Tapos, noong 2021, involuntary separated ka pa rin from employment. So, the valid yung reason, since meron ka ng previously approved na involuntary na unemployment benefit and hindi pa siya nakaka 3 years, kahit valid yung reason, hindi ka pa rin po pwede makapag-avail ng unemployment benefit, unfortunately. Again, once every 3 years from the date of your previously approved involuntary separation or unemployment benefit. So yun po, I hope it's clear na once every 3 years lang from your previously approved unemployment benefit. Others, ito, has been involuntarily separated provided that the reason for involuntary separation was due to any of but not limited to. So ito na yung mga reasons na pwedeng mag-qualify kayo for filing of the unemployment benefit. So any of the following authorized causes for termination of employee under Articles 298, 283, and 299, 284 of Presidential Decree number 442 or the Labor Code of the Philippines as amended. Ito yung mga installation of labor-saving devices. So parang yung company ninyo, for example, ina-adapt na yung current trend ngayon na parang uh, going digital na din. So need na yung less manpower. So kaya terminate kayo from employment. So of course, hindi nyo naman kasalanan yun, hindi mo rin kagustuhan yun. Mga ganon, maaaring pwede yung reason na yun para makapag-avail kayo ng unemployment benefit. As well as redundancy. Familiar naman na tayo sa redundancy. Then, retrenchment or downsizing ng company mismo. So, hindi mo din naman hawak yun, hindi mo naman po, hindi mo naman kagustuhan. Or closure, ito, yung nagsara na talaga. Or nag-cease na yung operation ng company ninyo. Ito yung mga ibang reason pa. Pwede din, you've been separated or terminated from employment due to disease or illness, thus continued employment is prohibited by law or is prejudicial to his or her co-employee's health. Okay? So, parang ma-separate ka from employment dahil meron kang sakit na pinoprohibit ng law natin dahil mako-compromise yung health ng co-workers mo or co-employees mo or colleagues mo from your workplace kung mag-stay ka pa or mag-continue ka pa from work. Pwede din po yan. Or, any of the following just causes naman stated under Article 300-285 of Presidential Decree number 442 or in Labor Code of the Philippines is amended for which an employee may put an end to the employment relationship without notice to the employer. So, ito naman. So, kayo na mismo ang makipag-break sa employer ninyo. Parang gano'n. Dahil hindi nyo na kaya, mayroong serious insult by the employer or his representative on the honor and person of the employee. Okay, so masyado nang naiinsulto kayo ng employer or yung representative. So, hindi nyo rin kaya, hindi nyo na mag-take. Sabihin sa sarili niya, I've had enough. Diba? I can't do this anymore. So, feeling hurt na kayo. Diba? So, pwede naman yon. And inhuman or unbearable treatment accorded by the accorded the employee by the employer or his representative. Saying then, minamaltrato na, mga ganon. Commission of a crime or offense by the employer or his representative against the person of the employee or any of the immediate members of his or her family and other causes analogous to any of the foregoing. So kung may fault naman, kung fault naman din employer, again, hindi mo kasi fault kung bakit ka din mawala ng trabaho dahil ikaw ay minamaltrato, sobrang iniinsulto na, yung nag-commit na ng crime, employer niya against you or your family, sumali reasons yun para i-consider yung application for employment benefit. Kasama the economic downturn, natural or human-induced calamities or disasters. Other analogous cases may be determined by the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE and SSS. Okay? Then, ito naman yung mga part mo, kasalanan mo kung bakit ka rin terminate or nawala ng trabaho. So, ito na sa aming iwasan natin. I am aware naman na lahat naman tayo, di ba? Mababait naman. Bilang mga empleyado, lahat tayo mababait, sunurin. So, ayun, I hope nakikita niyo na ulit yung presentation. Again, I apologize for that. Nakikita niyo na ulit yung presentation, I hope. And let's continue. So, ayun. Pasensya na po. Baka may mga participants tayo dito na network provider, baka naman po. Just kidding. Within QC po ako. So again, let's get back to our topic. So ito po yung mga hindi, mga reasons naman for you not to qualify for the unemployment benefit. We have serious misconduct, willful disobedience to lawful orders, gross and habitual neglect of duties, fraud or will breach of trust or loss of confidence, commission of a crime or offense, or analogous cases like abandonment, gross inefficiency, disloyalty, conflict of interest, and dishonesty. So ito naman, kung fault, kasi nakikita naman talaga natin dito, na fault ng empleyado, kung kinamit niya itong mga cases na to, fault mo kung bakit ka nawalan ng trabaho. So in that case, hindi po yun maging grounds for you to qualify for the unemployment benefit. Okay? So ano pa? Amount of benefit, eto na. Question of the day, how much are we going to have with the unemployment benefit? Kasi nababasa namin sa mga news or yung mga published sa Facebook or social media accounts na 20,000 yung maaari namin makuha with unemployment benefit. And automatic ba yun? Na 20,000 yung makukuha namin for unemployment benefit? Well, the answer is it will depend on your contribution. Kasi unemployment benefit, ang kinukuha namin dyan is yung average monthly salary credit, then multiply by 50% times 2 months. Ang unemployment benefit kasi natin will be given to you parang subsidy yon for 2 months sa inyo. So half of your average monthly salary credit times 2 months, yun yung magiging benefit ninyo with SSS or unemployment benefit. And pasensya na din siguro na-review na sa background para nagsimula ng construction site naman na dun sa katabi sa pagpasensya. So, sana mas malakas yung boses ko para yun doon na lang tayo mag-focus. Focus in my voice, everyone. Okay, so sinasabi dito average monthly salary credit. Paano naman natin kinukuha yung average monthly salary credit? Higher of the following, the result obtained by dividing the sum of the last 60 monthly salary credits immediately preceding the semester of contingency by 60. So kung yung contributions in is more than 36 months, actually, it's like 70 or 100 months ng contributions. So para makuha natin yung average monthly salary credit, i-add natin yung last 60 ng monthly salary credits ninyo or based on supposed contribution, hindi yung actual premium ha. Kasi if you're paying for 2,400 a month na contribution, the equivalent niyan monthly salary credit would be 20,000 being the highest as of today. So 20,000 yung gagamitin natin for computation kasi yun yung monthly salary credit. So kunin natin lahat ng 60 months na MSC or monthly salary credit prior or preceding dun sa semester of contingency and then divided by 60 para makuha yung average. Kung less than 60 naman yung contribution, the result obtained by dividing the sum of all monthly salary credits prior to the semester of contingency by the number of months contributions paid in the same period. So for example, na meron ka palang 40 months of contributions. So just have to sum them up lahat ng monthly salary credits, yung 40 contributions na yung prior dun sa semester contingency, then divided by 40 din as yun yung number of months din paid within the same period. So yun yung average monthly salary credit ninyo and then multiply by 50% times 2 months. Okay? So dito, for example, meron kang average last 40 months, for example, or 36 months na contributions mo prior to semester contingency, meron kang 20,000 average monthly salary credit. So multiply ba natin by 50% times 2 months, ganun pa din po yung lalabas. Na-highlight lang natin dito na yung subsidy na binibigay sa inyo is equivalent for your parang 2 months. Half of your average monthly salary credit times 2 months. Yun yung compensable period, yung 2 months na wala kang supposedly trabaho or unemployed ka. Okay, so some of you might be asking, I've already filed for my calamity loan kasi parang ito encounter din namin itong question kaninang umaga. Some of you were asking, nag-apply ako ng calamity loan and yung loanable amount ko was 20,000. How come pagdating ng aking unemployment benefit, the amount of benefits only 16,000? Why is that so? Again, ang difference na titignan natin doon is yung contributions na kinoconsider in determining either your CLAP or Calamity Loan Assistance Program or Employment Benefit. Take note na pag yung CLAP yung ating in-apply, ang kinukuha nating average monthly salary credit are only those 12 months na contributions prior to month of application. So, I was just also would like to highlight na nag-increase lang din tayo ng contribution effective April of 2019. So ngayon ka mag-a-apply at lahat ng contributions, so for example, June, apply ka ng CLAP or Calamity Loan Assistance Program. So May backwards 12 months, simula June of 2019 up to May 2020, meron kang into 20,000 na monthly salary credit or maximum contribution ninyo. Pag in-average natin yung 12 months na yon, definitely you will have an AMSC of 20,000. Pero, kung sa unemployment benefit yung consider natin, diba? Parang, kung 36 months yung consider natin, or 60 months, prior April 2019, ang pinakamataas pa lang natin EMSC, or monthly salary credit, is 16,000. So, pag in-average natin na meron tayong 20,000, meron tayong 16,000, if we sum them up and then divide it by the total number of contributions paid within the same period, baka hindi nga talaga umabot ng 20,000, yung lesser. Kasi merong mas mababang monthly salary credit prior dun sa increase natin effective April of 2019. So magkakaiba nga sila ng ano. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Kasi yung iba nag-wonder, parang nag-ano talaga sila, parang they're wondering why we have a different amount for CLAP and unemployment benefit. So I hope that's clear enough. Again, based kasi dun sa number of contributions then accounted for or considered in terms of computation ng benefit or ng CLAP. Sa CLAP, average ng last 12 months posted. Sa unemployment benefit, either 60 months or the total number of months prior to semester of contingency. Pero yung maximum nga pa rin natin, of course, is 20,000 kung meron yung qualify. Then, prescribed period of filing, gano'n nga po ba katagal pwedeng mag-file? Kasi nga, for example, ako, I've been involuntary separated from employment and parang tatakot pa rin naman ako lumabas due to the risk of COVID-19. So, gano'n pa pwede siyang i-file? Pwede bang muna, magpahinga din? And mag-stay at home na lang muna for my safety and the safety of my family? Well, you can still file or claim for employment benefit within 1 year naman from the date of involuntary separation. So, nag-start din itong pamimigay natin ng unemployment benefit effective March 5 of 2019. So, for example, simula March 5, nagkaroon kayo naging dito, you've been involuntarily separated. Actually, nagkaroon tayo ng consideration din doon. Kaya lang, hanggang June 30 ng pwede pag-file. Kung, unemployment benefit claim shall not be denied if the 1-year deadline for filing thereof falls on the 5th of March 2020 until April 30th, 2020. So kung involuntarily separated ka, nung sabihin nating March 10. So, since 1 year prescriptive period of filing, technically, lumagpas 1 year na siya. Diba? Pero dahil dito na sa situation natin, under SSS Circular number 2020-008, pag yung involuntary separation date niya is from March 5 to April 30, the employed members, including kasambahayan OFWs, whose claims on the said deadline may still file their unemployment benefit claims until June 30. So meron pa kayo hanggang June 30 of 2020 para i-file. Para na lang po yun dun sa meron contingency date or involuntary separation date ng March 5 until April 30 of 2020. So pwede kang i-claim, na-extend niya po, consider din naman dahil sa pandemic. Okay, so until June 30 of 2020. Then, eto na. I hope clear pa rin po ako sa inyo ha. Sana hindi na tayo ma-disconnect. Limitations naman po, covered employees and voluntarily separated can only claim unemployment benefit once every 3 years starting from the date of involuntary separation. So ito yung sinasabi natin kanina, as part also of eligibility, comes also this limitation na once every 3 years lang tayo pwede makapag-file ng unemployment benefit if we already have a previously settled or claimed unemployment benefit. So in case of incurrence of two or more compensable contingencies within the same compensable period, only the highest benefit shall be paid. Ito naman, dalawang benefit. Kasi ang maaaring example dito would be, you've been involuntarily separated due to disease or illness, for example. And then, aware naman kayo na pag nagkasakit kayo, you can file it for sickness benefit provided na nag-meet nyo din yung mga qualifying conditions. And meron kayo medical certificate or kung operation, yung mga ganun. So, involuntary separated ka due to that sickness or illness. So, if file mo siya for unemployment benefit or final mo for unemployment benefit, as well as if file mo for sickness benefit. So, final mo siya for both. And pareho lang yung compensable period nila. So in that case, kung alin yung mas mataas na amount of benefit, yun yung ibibigay namin sa inyo. Okay? So for example, mas mataas yung makukuha ninyong benefit for sickness benefit, yun yung ibibigay namin sa inyo. If you'll be having a higher benefit, amount of benefit with unemployment benefit ibibigay natin sa inyo. So, yun yung one benefit at a time lang kasi, and wala tayong double compensation kay SSS. So, for the following cases naman, the settled unemployment benefit shall be deducted either in partial or full from the future benefits of the member. So, ito may mga cases tayo dito na maaaring ibawas yung unemployment benefit in the future, yung mga future claim like retirement, so ngayon para retirement, total disability, or death benefit, whichever comes first. So, ano yung mga cases na yon na maaaring maibawas? Overlapping of benefits. Ito, nagkasabay naman, pero not necessarily pareho ng compensable period. So for example, June 1, meron kayong unemployment benefit. Sabihin natin June 1. And then, di ba yung compensable period for unemployment benefit is 2 months. Diba? So, ang isipin natin is from June 1 hanggang katapusan ng July for 2 months, yun yung covered ng unemployment benefit niyo. Okay? Pero, nung July 1, sabihin natin nagkasakit ka and you will file for uh, sickness benefit, in that case, meron tayong overlapping period ng July. Kasi July, initially is covered pa para dun sa unemployment benefit. And then come sickness, nagkasakit ka din ng July 1, so yung buong July, merong overlapping tayo ng benefit. Sana naiintindihan nyo, nasusundan nyo ako. So in that case, si unemployment benefit na ibinigay sa inyo, kasi di ba 2 months. So parang mangyari, yung half dun sa original na nakuha niyo unemployment benefit, it will be deducted in their future claim, and then the sickness benefit will push through. Ang bawal lang is dun sa overlapping. Okay, so I hope na gets. Then, when the involuntary separated employee files a case or complaint against his or her employer and the resolution thereof showed that the reason for termination was due to just causes under Article 297, ito yung mga kasalanan ng empleyado. Number 4, for the labor from the Philippines Amendment, or that the case or complaint resulted in reinstatement of the involuntary separated employee with payback of back wages. So ito naman, doon sa number 2 naman, parang sabihin natin, naipanalo ninyo yung case. So meron kayong pending case or complaint. So DOLE about your employer. Tapos, na-separate ka din ng June 1. Tapos, nabayaran ka na ng unemployment benefit. Again, compensable period niya is 2 months. That would be June and July. Tapos, natapos lang yung case. Meron ng resolution comes September of 2020. So, dahil, example, nanalo kayo. Sabihin ng employer, sige, reinstate na lang kita. I-hire na lang ulit kasi hindi naman ay napatunayan, hindi mo naman kasalanan kung bakit ka nawala ng trabaho din. So, i-reinstate na lang, hire ka na lang ulit. Pero, ika-cover niya ulit, parang ang nangyayari, diba? So, parang, kung titignan natin, since merong payback of wages, simula nung na-separate ka from employment, parang technically, hindi ka naging unemployed. Diba? So in that case, yung natanggap yun yung unemployment benefit, yun ibabawas din sa future claim. Kasi nga, parang hindi ka rin ang ninyo at binalik pa yung wages from the moment that you've been initially separated from them. Then, when the filing or processing or payment involves misrepresentation, claim. So ito, iwasan naman natin. With more than enough ways to verify kung fraudulent yung claim. Okay? Narinig siguro din ako yung basura, pero maayos na po. Nasa baba na yung akin. So, huwag na natin pansinin yun. Then, when the employee is rehired or employed within the compensable period. So, ayan. Ito din, yung para kanina sa number 2. Then, the authority deduction will be affirmed by the member in the employment benefit application. So, nakikita nyo naman po, meron din certification, mababasa nyo. So, make sure na binabasa din nila yung certification. Okay, so, sana hindi na bumisila. Then payment, paano namin binabayaran? Modes of payments or disbursement nitong unemployment benefit. There shall be no payment of unemployment insurance or involuntary separation benefit through cash or check. So again, walang cash or check eh. The benefit shall be accredited to the member's SSUM ID card enrolled as ATM o yun yung may UMID ATM card flash money, sorry. Or yun yung Bank of the Philippines credit card account. So merong UBB quick card, meron kayong existing, or yung UMID ninyo, meron ng ATM functionality. Okay, so nag-aantay yung truck ng basura sa baba, pero nandun na yung mga basura ko anyway. Walang connect, pero hindi na sila bumusina. The payment of unemployment benefit may also be made through the following. We have yung through the banks under PesoNet. So, eto, I mean, alas, parang, eto may mga nakapag-apply na din, then using their bank account, personal savings account, na member ng PesoNet. So, we'll be asking, ano pa yung mga banks na under ng PesoNet? Siguro, you can check our Facebook page or can Google search kung yung bank ninyo confirm is member ng PesoNet. So, kung member sila ng PesoNet, pwede gamitin yung bank account na yun para doon lang i-credit yung proceeds for unemployment benefit. And we also have non-bank cash pickups. We are using PayMaya and DBT Cash through Emulier. Okay, so parang SBWS din siya. If familiar. Then, ano yung mga documentary requirements? Original copy and photocopy of any one of the following primary ID cards or documents to be authenticated against original copy. So UMID card or SSS or GSIS na UMID, SS card, ito yung parang blue na ID namin prior UMID, alien certificate of registration, driver's license, firearm registration, license to own and possess firearms, NBI clearance, passport, permit to carry firearms outside of residence, postal ID, seafarer's identification record book, voter's ID card. Kung wala naman, in the absence of those mentioned, any of the original and photocopy of any two ID cards or documents, both with signature at least one with photo. So dapat ng dalawang ID, kung wala kayo na itong yung mga previously mentioned nating mga IDs, ito, dalawang valid ID, dapat dalawa merong signature, tapos yung isa at least one with photo. Then, ano ba yung mga need? Certification establishing the nature and date of involuntary separation from DOLE through its regional offices and Philippine Overseas Labor Offices or POLO with any of the following attachments whichever is applicable. So, notice of termination from employer, affidavit of termination of employment. So, bago kayo mag-request, kasi nga, di ba, ang kailangan natin is yung DOLE certificated. So, bago kayo mag-request ng certificate from DOLE, make sure na meron na kayong notice of termination from your employer or in the absence, affidavit of termination of employment, whichever is applicable para dito sa inyo. So, yung sa mga, usually mga affidavit, yung hindi maganda yung terms, yung separation na lang, or nagsara na din talaga yung company, hindi na mag-iro. So, affidavit of termination of employment. Or notice of termination. Tapos, ito na yung dadalhin nyo, or i-present ninyo, ipapasa nyo sa DOLE para mabigyan naman kayo ng certification na lang. Then, Saan pwedeng mag-file ng DOLE certification? Employees or involuntary separated may file their application for DOLE certification the following: the DOLE field or provincial office where their company or employer is located. For local employees or kasambay, again, kung saan located yung company or employer ninyo. Pero pag OFW, POLO, Philippine Overseas Labor Office, where the employer operates, or the DOLE field or provincial office where the OFW resides. Eh, yun naman yung para sa OFW. So, kung kayo po ay kasambahay or employed, kuha tayo ng DOLE certification, doon natin isasubmit yung notice of termination or affidavit of termination doon sa DOLE office na nakakasakop ng kumpanya ninyo or kung saan located yung employer ninyo. Pag OFW naman, pwedeng field office or provincial office kung saan nakatira yung OFW natin. Then, ito yung mga requirements naman ni DOLE para sa certification. Applicants will be required to bring at least one valid ID in any of the following. So, case may be copy of notice of termination of employment issued by the employer or duly notarized affidavit of termination of employment in the absence of notice of termination of employment. So, either of this one, dapat meron kayong i-present kay DOLE para mabigyan kayo ng certification na lang. Plus, invalid ID. Any of the following UMID card enrolled as ATM or Ubiquit card or bank statement certificate with name of member, savings account number, bank branch, and address. So, the example, pag kayo po ay nag-submit ng certificate based dun sa, nag-submit kayo ng notice of termination, ito yung sample ng certification na makukuha ninyo. Okay? Pag affidavit naman, ito ang sample. Makukuha ninyo. Then, ito, konting reminder lang din. Ito, publish na din to sa aming official Facebook page, yung Philippine Social Security System. Make sure also to follow our Facebook page and other social media accounts para updated kayo. And make sure na doon lang tayo mag-follow para doon tayo makakuha ng mga legit information regarding updates and new policies and new programs by Social Security System or SSS. So, basahin ko na lang din to. Bilang bahagi ng digitization efforts ng Social Security System, unti-unti na namin tinatanggal ang pangangailangan na mag-apply para sa mga benepisyo utang sa pamamagitan ng papel na form at pagpunta sa branches para over-the-counter filing na to. Kung kaya't ang aplikasyon para sa employment benefit, claim sa salary at calamity allowances program ay maaaring nang gawin online sa pamamagitan ng inyong My.SSS account sa SSS website. So ito ay para rin sa pampublikong kalusugan at kaligtasan laban sa COVID-19. So, especially ngayon, yung pinakamainit talaga natin is yung calamity allowances program na bago lang starting June 15. And then itong unemployment benefit na maaring madaming nga talaga pwede makapag-avail, maraming pwede mag-qualify. So, instead of going to the branches to file for the said loan or benefit, do it online na lang din. The convenience of your mobile phones or PC or laptop, pwede nyo i-file. Diba? You no need to risk your health going outside. Diba? So, ito na. How to apply for employment benefit online. So, paano ba? Dapat una, of course, prerequisite na meron tayong online account. If you haven't registered yet, punta kayo sa website natin, tapos click niyo po yung member doon, then not yet registered or mag-create kayo ng account, supply the necessary information, then once successfully na-create na kayo ng account, mag-login kayo dun sa account ninyo, then click apply for employment benefit claim under the e-services tab. So pag nasa homepage na kayo ng inyong online account, My.SSS account, ito kasi ginagawa yung application of employment individually. So hindi to, of course, to employer, kayo mismo may magpa-file as a member. So under e-services, mouse over doon, tapos mayroong drop-down menu, click nyo lang po apply for employment benefit claim. And then provide the following information: savings account, if it's multiple savings account, enrolled through the bank enrollment module or BEM, and without unit card enrolled as ATM. So, ito yung sinasabi natin na kanina na banks under PesoNet. Pwede yung enroll doon para once approved yung unemployment benefit, doon na lang i-deposit yung proceeds. So, ito, nandito eh. For example, ito yung homepage. Under e-services, meron yung drop-down menu. Then, click nyo lang apply for employment benefit. So, kung wala kang existing UMID savings account or yung quick card, click nyo lang to para makapag-enroll muna kayong savings account. So, lalabas dito, ayan. So, kung wala naman kayong savings account, yung banko ninyo is not under PesoNet, yung dalawang option natin, yung non-cash disbursement, it's either through etong Emluyer, pwede nang i-select yung DBP Cash Padala through Emluyer, or but make sure na ilalagay ninyo dito, instead of bank account numbers, yung active ninyong mobile number. Yung gumagana naman po, iwasan na po natin yung same mistake na nangyari doon sa claiming natin ng SBWS na natagalan yung makuha yung anyong benefit or yung subsidy niyo dahil erroneous yung binigay niyo na number or erroneously encoded. So make sure, double check na dapat updated din yung mobile number ninyo na ilalagay dito sa enrollment. Okay, so nakalagay dito employment category. Make sure na tama yung mga pagpipindutin ninyo. And then bank details, date of involuntary separation, reasons for involuntary separation, employer where member was separated. Make sure then, ito reminder na lang ha, make sure na tama yung details ninyo or nagmamatch yung details ninyo na i-encode dito or ilalagay dito dun sa details na makikita natin sa DOLE certification ninyo or yun dun sa notice of termination. Kasi pag meron dyan hindi nag-match, maaaring ma-reject yung claim ninyo dahil dun sa discrepancy. So make sure na pareho yung separation date or date of involuntary separation ninyo dun sa certificate na nakikita ninyo. Huwag niyo lang pong masyadong madaliin. I-review niyo po ng paulit-ulit para sure hindi masayang application ninyo, ma-reject, and then you will have to file again para sa unemployment benefit. Okay, so kung nakapag-enroll kayo dun sa BEM natin, piliin nyo na lang account. Then covered employee, for example, date of separation, tapos yung reason of employment. Again, dapat nagma-match. Threshold ng mga details na to doon sa inyong details na makikita dun sa DOL certification nito. So, ayan. Makikita nyo kung magkano yung amount na maaari nyo matanggap. Nandito nakalagay yung amount and then yung date. So, would you like to proceed with your application for employment benefit? Kung eto na, sure na tayo, click on yes. Then, ito lang, reminder lang din. Members should have an enrolled savings account through the BEM for the disbursement of unemployment benefit with registered UMID card enrolled as ATM. Ito yung UMID ninyo na with ATM functionality and activated through Union Bank din. The system will automatically credit the benefit to your UMID card enrolled as ATM. So ito, pag meron nga kayong, yung UMID card. Pero kung wala, make sure na kapag-register kayo dun sa bank enrollment module natin or BEM para dun makredit yung auto benefit. Again, kung wala na, may meron tayong non-cash, we have DBP Cash Padala through Emluyer or PayMaya. So make sure updated or tama yung mobile number na encode niyo. Tapos pala, reminder na lang din, pag kayo po ay nag-encode ng inyong savings account number, make sure na hindi yung card number yung may encode ninyo. Kasi ako, pag nagkamali pa yan, magkakaroon pa ng problem. So make sure, take reference with your statement of account. Ano naman po yung meron kayo dyan. Deposit slip, yun kayo kumuha ng reference. Huwag po ninyong ilagay yung card number. It's different or separate. Or it's totally different from your savings account number, yung card number ninyo. So ito naman, fourth part, read the certification carefully and click submit box to agree and submit. So ito na yung mga information and code ninyo for the application. So make sure, double check, again, double, triple, quadruple check yung mga details na nakalagay ninyo. Meron dyan yung mailing address, yung mobile, landline, kung meron kayong code, bank account number, employment category, date of separation, kung again, nagmamatch dun sa inyong certificate, reasons of unemployment, employer ID, employment date, and employer branch location. Reminder na lang para din dun sa ano, kasi dun sa scroll down natin, sa pagpili ng employer ninyo, kung marami na kayo dun sa employment visa, marami na kayong pinagtrabaho, make sure din kung ano yung employer stated dun sa DOLE, ano yung pinaka-latest ninyo, hindi na mag-appear din doon sa ano, kung ano yung employer that you've been separated into na nasa DOLE certificate, yun din yung nasa application nyo dito. Okay? So, ayan, basahin yung mga certifications na to. Tatlo lang naman po, so take time to read. Yung mga information provided are true and correct, and the I should be held liable under all circumstances for any false information, misrepresentation, and fraud in my claim application for employment benefit. Tapos, further, I agree and authorize SSS to deduct from my future benefit to settle an employment benefit in the event of any of the following. Ito yung mga reasons kanina na maaaring ibawas sa future benefit ninyo. Okay, then I agree that the information collected through this form shall be used and retained by SSS for the processing of my unemployment benefit claim and for the establishment, exercise, or defense of SSS legal claims against me in case I commit fraud in the submission of this application. Then, okay na sa inyo lahat, take a deep breath and click submit para mag-proceed. Then, antayin nyo po yung email notification. Reply to the notification from the SSS received through email by attaching the scanned or image file of the certification issued by the Department of Labor and Employment or by the Philippine Overseas Labor Office or POLO together with any of the following attachments, whichever is applicable. So, di ba kanina, talagang requirement yung notice of termination from employer or affidavit of termination. Ito kasi yung first ninyong kinukuha, tapos pupunta kay DOLE, papakita ito para mabigyan naman kayo ng DOLE certification. So either of these two, kung ano yung meron kayo, i-attach nyo po yung file na yon kasama ng DOLE certificate din. So ito yung sample email na ma-receive ninyo. So kailangan, again, certification issued by the Department of Labor or POLO and yung notice of termination or affidavit duly notarized. So, dalawa yung kailangan nyo i-attach. Tapos, ito yung reference number. Okay, so, some of you may be wondering, nakapag-submit na ako ngayon lang, mainit-init lang habang nakikinig ako ng webinar. Sinundan ko yung step, tapos nakapag-submit na ako. Wala pa yung email notification. Check nyo lang po from time to time. Or, you might as well check your spam or junk mail kasi baka dun pumasok yung email from SSS. Minsan kasi yun yung case. Nasa junk or spam email ninyo. Especially yung may mga restrictions yung mga emails ninyo. So, pag hindi familiar yung email address, kung hindi yung most common like Gmail or Rhyme or Yahoo, pupunta sa spam or sa junk mail. So, pa-check na lang din po yun. Spam or junk mail na mailbox. Then, eto reminder, please ensure the attached scanned photograph documentary requirements is in good image and quality, and all the information in your attached match all the details on your employment benefit application, like your name, employer, date, reason of involuntary separation, to avoid rejection of your unemployment benefit claim application. So yun nga, dapat yung readable naman po basta nababasa, hindi naman kailangan na talagang 40K yung resolution or kung ano, 4K yung resolution ng camera ninyo or what, yung pinakamataas. Basta readable, nababasa para ma-match namin kung mayroong discrepancies. Yun yung attach natin. And then, JPEG and PDF only. Maximum file size is 1 MB. Okay, so reminder alert. Any person who makes any false statement in the application or submits any falsified document in connection with this application shall be liable criminally for falsification of public documents under Section 28 of Republic Act 11-1999 or the Social Security Act. So, pag may na-receive na kayong notice na ganito, dito po kayo mag-reply. Huwag niyo nang isend sa ibang email address. Dito po kayo mismo mag-reply with the attachment of certification from DOLE and notice of termination or affidavit of termination, whichever is applicable. Dun sa notice or affidavit. Pero dapat kasama din yung certificate from DOLE. So yun yan. Check your email for your employment benefit claim application notice from the SSS. Again, check your spam or junk mail. Huwag lang mag-stick sa inbox minsan dun kasi pumapasok yung email from SSS. So ito naman dito nakalagay, guidelines for transacting as member. So if you're planning other than an employment benefit, which can be done online, other than application for CLAP or Calamity Loan Assistance Program or salary loan, pero kay ibang transaction na pupunta kayo sa branch, hindi talaga maiwasan. As much as possible, kung stay at home, gamitan yung modes natin, yung mga online facilities natin, pero pag hindi na talaga, make sure to be reminded of this advisory or guidelines. Prepare what you need before leaving the house. Magdala na kayong sariling ball pen, notepad, or piece of paper, original and photocopies of your documents. Then face masks are required. No face mask, no entry. Para sa inyo at sa mga kasamahan natin sa SSS nagtatrabaho and yun nga, as well as yung mga transacting members for all safety ng lahat. Okay, then security personnel to check temperatures of all individuals. Pag 38 degrees and above in yung temperature, unfortunately, papauwi na lang kayo or mag-transact na lang gamit yung Dropbox natin or online. Pero kung below 38 degrees pero meron kayong cough and cold, pwede naman pumasok, pero dapat meron kayong face mask. Fill up the health declaration slip. So ito, make sure na tama po yung mga dinideclare natin information dyan para just in case, wag naman sana hindi tayo tracing kung sakali. Pero wag na i-discuss. Then, practice frequent sanitation, magdala ng sariling alcohol, then every time na may mga nahawakan tayong bagay, hindi na personal belonging, o kahit personal belonging, sige, always sanitize your hands. Then, observe proper coughing etiquette. So, pag kayo po ay, when coughing and sneezing, cover mouth with flexed elbow or tissue. So, pagkatapos, itapon nyo po yung tissue, huwag nyo itapon yung elbow ninyo, yung tissue lang. So, then, no companion or children allowed. So, solo. Bawal po na magdala ng hindi na kayo papapasukin o meron kayong kasamang bata. And huwag naman po natin ang dalhin, diba? Kasi higher than yung risk for those children, for those kids, so better for them to stay at home na lang din. Okay, so again, yun nga. Kung meron naman kayong mga transactions like updating of contact details lang, which can be done online through SS mobile app or website, yun na pong gawin natin. Yeah. Maximize na natin po yung mga electronic services na in-offer ni SSS para hindi na tayo kailangang lumabas and then ilagay pa sa risk yung sarili natin na ma-infect with this COVID-19. Yeah. So, ayun. Sorry, nalumagpas na tayo ng isang minuto dahil sa na-disconnect tayo. Anyway, again, I would like to thank pa din for those who have stayed kahit wala tayong connection kanina. Thank you so much and then for your patience as well na tinapos natin to, di ba? Marami tayong pinagdaanan ngayong hapon na to. Wala tayong connection, demanding garbage truck. Anyway, sana na kahit pa paano may mga distractions, konting distractions, sana po may mga natutunan na nagkaroon pa rin tayo ng idea on how to file, what are the eligibility requirements in terms of this unemployment benefit. And yan po, I think open na po din yung Q&A facility natin, so make use of that. If you have any clarifications or concerns, gamitin po natin yung Q&A facility. And I believe yung link for the evaluation form this has already been posted. Copyhin nyo na po, i-access nyo na, and then ilagay yung tamang email address para po makakuha kayo ng copy ng presentation. Okay? So I would also like to thank yung mga kasamahan natin na SS personals na working from home. Thank you so much pa na for continued service para sa ating mga members and most especially yung mga kasamahan ko colleagues ko from member education department for helping me throughout this session and also helping me answer those questions na published or nasa Q&A facility natin. So, yun po. I'll be reading some of your questions na din. Doon meron tayong time. So, kung meron kayong question, please, antay na lang po muna. Alam ko madami yung tanong ngayon. So, be patient na lang din muna sa pag-antay ng sagot from us. So with that, again, thank you so much and stay safe. God bless us all.